Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasheda and I'm about to react to another video. So this video is called 5 hair tips that grew my natural hair. And if you guys don't know me, I've been on my own natural hair journey where about a year ago I had been cutting off my hair so often, and for this past year I've been growing my hair out. So I thought for sure I should react to this because I'm curious, because I'm seeing his hair and it looks luscious. So I'm curious to see what type of tips he can give me so I can grow my hair just like that. And with further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and let's get into this video.
Hey y'all, what's up? We finna get into some hair tips, but first, this video is sponsored by Aveda. Aveda is just that.
Okay, we can skip that, boo boo. But I get it. He's using this in his hair, in his stuff. Okay, when does this actually start?
I think this is one of my new favorites. No, I'm sure of it. It has more slip than I'm thoughtful and intentional about the ingredients that they're using.
Okay, get your coin.
Like, girl, what? It was just heaven. Period. So go right now on your keyboards to Aveda.
Get your
And speaking
coin.
of that, let's get back into it. What's good, everybody? My name is Will, and welcome back to another episode of Will in a White Box. Girl, Will on a whim, okay? It is time for our yearly talk
This hair looks
because the
beautiful.
girls want to know how to be loving on their hair. And I'm going to tell you to your face, okay? I ain't scared. So without further ado, here are 5 practical tips that are going to help you on your journey to becoming moisturized and having like a Bantu knot that works out for once in your life. Step number 1, protect your hair. So this one means a few different things. It means protecting your hair with protective styles. So
which I'm doing right
knots,
now.
twists, braids, cornrows, all of these things bundle your hair strands. So I like to use this analogy every single time we talk about this. Imagine you have a chopstick, okay? You have a chopstick in your hand and you break it. Somebody dares you to break it, you break it. Boom. Real easy because it's just a chopstick. You can use your strength to do that. You're strong. But then they come back and they go, hey, I need you to break this bundle of chopsticks. So you try to break that, girl. It ain't going nowhere. You ain't that strong. That right there is what, in theory, protective styles do for your hair. So it bundles your hair strands so that when things go to sort of break it, it doesn't break. Girl, have you ever looked at your hair strands? They're thin. Like, each individual one is very fragile. Ultimately, bundling them together will help prevent breakage. Protecting your hair to me also means bonnets, scarves, and any sort of non-abrasive material that you can put on your hair when it's sitting idly. You know what I mean? Like when you're sleeping or when you're just not doing anything, it's okay to put on a little bonnet, a cute, whatever you want to do. We sleep like what, 6, 7, 8 hours a night? All that time where we're not even like paying attention to what's happening to our hair. Tossing and turning, girl, like you sleeping in a tire and it's just got pushed down a hill. All of that movement in the nighttime can pull and tug on your hair. And also, if you are sleeping on like cotton sheets or anything, those things can sort of dry out your hair over time. So it's nice to put on something protective during the night. Also, protecting your hair means protecting it from the sun and sort of like natural elements, but mostly like the sun. A lot of people don't know this, but your hair over time, the protein in it can kind of break down with intense sun. So you need to like calm down, you know what I mean? Put a hat on if you can. Use an umbrella. It might seem extra, but baby girl, use it. All of that intense direct sunlight, like how we get it here in Arizona, can lead to discoloration if that's important to you, breakage, and dryness.
I can see the dryness.
Step number 2 is
I love my son.
To clean your hair. You're walking around here, you got gunk all up in your hair. So let's just call it what it is, girl. Your hair is dirty, okay? Creams, oils, gels, all of these things in your hair, you need to be able to clean that out properly. When product is sort of like stuck up in your hair and in your scalp, we call that buildup. And buildup can lead to all the things, you know, that you don't want for your hair. So there are different levels of cleaning depending on like what you put in your hair. Literal water and just use of your hands mechanically does a lot for your hair, but that is sort of on the minimal side of cleaning. Whenever I start washing my hair, I always start off with a warm water rinse, and I just kind of like mechanically go through my hair.
His hair is so luscious,
off, and that starts the process off amazingly. Co-washes are sort of like a step above that in my mind, where it's not necessarily about cleaning your hair. It will clean your hair, but very gently, and then on top of that, it will moisturize your hair. So this is good for like midweek situations where you don't want to fully wash your hair, but you kind of want to like rinse it off and start fresh. Then there are sulfate-free shampoos, which I would rate as sort of like a more intense cleaner than like a co-wash, but not so intense. It's sulfate free, so it's not going to strip your hair of oils and grab all of that that's there. So the shampoo from Aveda would be perfect here because it is free of sulfate cleansers. A nice gentle cleanser, and some people just are good using that. Me, girl, I need something intense, like a sulfate shampoo. Sulfate shampoo and a cleanser. People call it a cleanser, where it's like not necessarily sulfate. Cleansers are just other things that do, I would say, just as good as a job as a sulfate shampoo. So get you one of those, baby girl, and clean your hair. Don't play yourself and do it regularly. Okay, kick that greasy booty. What?
Okay. I mean, usually when my hair is
Step
in
three
protective styles, though, I
this
can't really
plan
wash it
that
that
I have for
often,
you to
though.
become the most moisturized person on earth is to understand that you are what you eat. And some of y'all is dusty. Oh, and some of y'all out here looking like salty hot chips. Wow. Yeah, I said it. You look like don't say it, bro. Pizza crust. A well-balanced diet will ensure that you have the main nutrient that most people talk about, which is biotin. Biotin helps with a lot of things. It helps with your nails. It helps with your hair. But you can get this from a lot of different foods. Typically, if you're already eating sort of a well-balanced diet, you're good. But most things that have a lot of protein in it, like beans, lentils, meats, stuff like that, eggs, egg yolks. I like eggs. Incorporate those things into your diet if you're able to. That way you're feeding your hair internally exactly what it needs.
Well, be tempted to, but
step number 4 is serious, okay? Because I talk to your scalp. Oh no, what did she say? She's asking for a severance package. What? Oh my God. She said there was misconduct in the workplace. She's suing you. No. You did her dirty, and now she's out for revenge. Oh my God. She's flaking up on you. Listen, a lot of our hair routines are hair focused, but we also have to like take care of our scalp. My scalp care is constantly changing as like we move
take care of your scalp. That's when what the air is a bit drier builds your hair.
Or a bit more humid. As I'm using new products, I just have to
Speaking of, I gotta oil my scalp
care. But right now, my scalp care routine consists of 2 different things: cleaning and moisturizing. So I make sure that I use that sulfate shampoo and I get up in my scalp with my hands, but mostly with a scalp massager. So if you haven't gotten a scalp massager or something that will help you lift that nasty gunk off your scalp, you need to invest in one. I really think it just is a big help, and every time I use it, I come out of the shower and I know that my scalp is clean, and I can do my hair knowing that when I part my hair, I won't see like a bunch of gunk or like flake. And I find that when I use my scalp massager in addition to my sulfate shampoo, I have less itching. It just feels better. Now, moisturizing your scalp is a little difficult depending on like which hairstyle you have. You can't like put too much water on things. We know how we are. We can't like go into the pool, baby girl, because we ain't want the braids to frizz out, period. Period. But there are a lot of like scalp and hair oils out there that are great. That's what I use to kind of like keep my scalp balanced. And the last and final step number 5, is the one that I think people struggle with the most, and that's moisturizing. This is the one that everybody cares about, right? Because you want your hair to be moisturized, because that's when it looks the best, that's when you feel the best about it, and that's when it's healthiest. So let's talk about moisturizing. What's most helpful, I would say, to start off here with is with hair porosity. So if you don't know your hair's porosity, which is just a term that we use to describe how well your hair can hold on to moisture. It describes how porous your hair strands are. If you didn't know, your hair is made up of little proteins. They're like in the shape of scales, and so they kind of like overlap each other. And some people have more layers of those scales, and some people have thinner. Okay, so when you have more layers of those scales, you typically are what we consider low porosity, meaning like you ain't got that many holes up in your hair strand. But when you have not that many, okay, you don't have many of those scales, you're high porosity. There's more pores in your hair strands. When you have more pores, your hair can't really hold onto moisture well. So you need to use thicker creams, thicker things that are going to like keep that moisture in. And if you have low porosity, you might not want to use thicker things because sometimes that stuff gets trapped in those hair strands. And that's going to lead to buildup, which we talked about earlier. So what you can do is do a porosity test. It's very simple. You basically just take off like a hair strand, drop it in some water. If your hair is high porosity and it can't hold moisture, it will sink immediately. If your hair is low porosity, your hair will rise to the top and float. So once you know your hair's porosity, you'll know that
Let's try this right now. Wait, shit, hold on. Cause I ain't hear about this before. Wait, low porosity floats, high porosity. Well, actually, how am I gonna get my hair out? My hair's braided right now. Okay, I'm gonna do this in the future because my hair's kind of braided, so I can't just pluck it out. But okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, and I'm gonna test this out. Medium porosity floats then sinks. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this real quick, and I'm gonna try this. Don't mind me. I'm gonna try that one day. I ain't never heard of this stuff, so I'm very curious to see.
It might be better for you to use something thicker or creamier or more on the liquid side, but it'll also tell you what to use in terms of protein. So y'all have heard of protein treatments and stuff like that. If your hair is high porosity, that means you ain't got that many layers of those scales, which means that you don't have that much protein. A mask or like a deep conditioner that has protein content in it. Like, and you can buy those specifically, just look them up. For example, the Aveda and Vati Advanced Intensive Hair and Scalp Mask with rice protein is the perfect way
Okay.
to keep up a healthy moisture protein balance. And that will help you.
Okay, for the gist of it though, he's kind of went through the 5 tips. Okay, a lot of this stuff, some of them I knew, some of them I didn't. Definitely I'm gonna try out that test because I've never heard of this. So I'm definitely gonna try it out and see what type of porosity my hair is because I never heard of this shit. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.